the pharmacist life, bringing you great healthcare advice and tips. So today's topic is going to be about pain. I will be discussing briefly what sort of painkillers to use depending on the type of pain that you experience, and obviously the frequency or the dose depending on a scale of 1 to 10 how severe the pain is. And that's basically what I will be sharing with you, a bit of professional healthcare tips on what painkillers to use when you are experiencing pain. So let's dive into it. So the first thing I'm going to be sharing is basically what sort of painkillers are out there in the pharmacy that you can actually use. There are different types of painkillers that you can buy in the pharmacy. Some of them you can actually buy in the supermarket, where we call those ones the general sales, where anyone can pick it up from the supermarket, but it only contains small quantities, and that's just basically for control and to prevent people from using it as suicide purposes. Different painkillers that you can buy over in the supermarkets would be paracetamol. That's quite popular. I don't know what you call it in America or other countries, but here in the UK we call it paracetamol. And then you also can get aspirin. You can also buy aspirin over in the supermarkets. You can buy ibuprofen. Okay, so that's an anti-inflammatory. So aspirin and ibuprofen are classed under the anti-inflammatory family. Paracetamol is classed under the analgesic family, and that can just be used as a form of painkiller. So when you maybe have tried those and they are not working very well, or you're not experiencing beneficial effects, then you go into the pharmacy to get stronger ones, and those are the ones that you can buy what we call over the counter under the supervision of a pharmacist. So if, say for example, you're a patient, you come in, you're experiencing a form of pain, a good example will be headache. We will definitely be recommending maybe something stronger or a combination of different painkillers for you to try. The stronger ones that you can get in the pharmacy would also be maybe a stronger version of ibuprofen, a stronger version of paracetamol. You can also get codeine. You can also get aspirin as well, and you can get dihydrocodeine. So most of the time that would be a combination. So dihydrocodeine and paracetamol is a combination. It's a good one as well for pain. Paramol. Sopodol is a very good one. That's paracetamol and codeine. Nurofen Plus, that actually contains codeine and ibuprofen. So those are the sort of painkillers that you can get in the pharmacy. Right, so what painkiller can you use for the pain that you're experiencing? Depending on the type of pain that you're experiencing. So if, say for example, you are experiencing headache, which is maybe a dull aching pain, you can definitely use just paracetamol. Sometimes that takes it away. If you're experiencing what we call tension headache, where you are getting like a band around your head due to a lot of tension or stress, then you can use what we call paracetamol and codeine, or you can actually use ibuprofen depending on how severe it is. If you've got a migraine, migraines are definitely a stronger level of headaches. That happens when one side of your head it's just absolutely aching, and it really affects one side of your head. It can get worse where it affects your eyes. It makes you feel sick and you feel nauseous. With those sort of headaches, with migraines, you need something much stronger from the doctors, especially if you've tried the likes of ibuprofen, or you've tried paracetamol and codeine. A combination of paracetamol and codeine tends to help quite a lot. Cocodamol is our popular brand over the counter here in the UK. A combination of paracetamol and codeine, that can also help for migraines. Some people like aspirin as well, but it depends. It could work for you. Every individual is different. Now, when you start having pains to do with inflammation, say for example you've actually broken an arm, or you've broken a finger, or you cut yourself, that causes you to have inflammations in that area. That's where we get the likes of the anti-inflammatory family, what we call ibuprofen, what we call naproxen. Those are the sort of painkillers that you should be using for inflammation pains. Sometimes codeine actually works, especially if you're intolerant to ibuprofen or naproxen or any anti-inflammatory, then you can try codeine, right? Now, if you have an aching type of pain, just ache, there's no inflammation to it, it's just an ache, then you can use the varieties, which includes, paracetamol, which includes ibuprofen, which includes codeine. Those are the ones that you can actually use, because for aching pains, you can definitely use any of those painkillers that I mentioned earlier. When it comes to knowing the exact painkillers for you, ask yourself, do you have any allergies to any ingredient, say active ingredients? So some people are allergic to paracetamol, some people are actually allergic to ibuprofen, some people are allergic to codeine. So you need to know what if you have any allergies or if you don't have any allergies. The other thing that you need to know as well is if you are asthmatic, we don't normally recommend anti-inflammatories for you because it can make the asthma worse. So if you are someone that really suffers from bad asthma, we would definitely not recommend anti-inflammatory. If you are someone that has stomach ulcers or gastro problems, say maybe other conditions like colitis or any of those conditions that affect the gut, we would definitely not be recommend anti-inflammatories, because too much anti-inflammatories like ibuprofen, naproxen can actually cause gastric bleeding. So if you are going to be using it for long term, we will recommend that you get a stomach protector from your doctor to help you, especially if it's a long-term injury that you have got. Then we would definitely recommend that you go to the doctors to get a stomach protector. You can get a short course of that in the pharmacy, but you'd have to speak to the pharmacist. So go to your local chemist or local pharmacy near you if you are suffering from a pain that is unbearable, especially if you've tried the likes of paracetamol and codeine and it doesn't work and you want something stronger, then definitely go to your pharmacy. They would be able to recommend a stronger painkiller and maybe give you a short course of the stomach protector whilst you're using it. Side effects of using paracetamol and codeine, so like cocodamol, will be that you can definitely have constipation. So you definitely want to be drinking lots more water, eating more fruits and veg whilst you're taking that, and just increase your exercise so that it helps your gut motility, just to prevent you from having constipation. If you are using Nurofen Plus, which is a combination of ibuprofen and codeine, that can definitely give you two things. It can either give you diarrhea or either give you constipation. So what you want to be doing with those is make sure you are taking any ibuprofen based medication or any anti-inflammatory based medication. You want to be taking it after food. It's very important for you to make sure you take it after meals, just to protect your stomach from any gastric irritation. The other things that can help with pain, I really need to mention these, actually highlight this, would be maybe a cold compression or hot compression. Depending on the type of pain that you're experiencing, you can use a cold. So say for example you just got injured, definitely you want to be putting a cold compression on that, because that definitely help. Also ice packs help for migraines, so that's good. If you're having a muscle ache, so aches in your muscle, you can definitely use a heat patch, heat compression. You can put a rub in formulation. You can rub that into the muscle or rub that into the area that is aching, and that can definitely help. If you are more of a natural based person, you prefer to use natural products instead, then I would recommend like a herbal minty preparation. So things like tiger balm are actually good to use. If you're suffering from high blood pressure, we don't always recommend anti-inflammatories. We do recommend something else instead. So rather than using ibuprofen, we would recommend paracetamol and codeine. So that can be used instead for patients who have hypertension, diabetes, or any cardiovascular problems. We always don't recommend it because it makes it worse. So heat compression will definitely be good for people like those, and also maybe natural ointment formulation, so like tiger balm or rob, maybe people in Nigeria, or heat, something a strong mentally formulation would definitely be good for that. So those are the things that I absolutely recommend. So it's just a quick course on what painkillers to use. I hope this has been of great value to you. Make sure you subscribe to P Life for more healthcare advice and tips. I will be giving more and more healthcare advice in ways that I can help people. So please share with your friends and family and your loved ones, because this could benefit somebody that you know that doesn't really know what painkillers to use because they don't know how to understand the type of pain they have. So it could help someone. So share with your friends and family, recommend. Please let me know what painkillers that you've used for any sort of pain that has actually been helpful for you. Can you let everybody else know as well, so that they can try and use it? So subscribe to P Life. Thank you so much. If you've stayed this far, thank you for watching. I'm really grateful. Thank you very, very much for watching. Stay tuned for more next week. Thank you. Bye bye.